Five Nights at Freddy's.
That's where I wanna be.
You've seen it, you love it, most of the time. Yeah! But no one can deny that it is one of the most popular game franchises in the world.
Oh.
And you know what happens when big franchises get big? That doesn't. They make console ports! Yay! I know a lot of people might not have known, but Scott released all of the mainline games onto each console. And because I'm an educated individual, I will not be playing on the Switch, because that's stupid. And instead, I'll be playing on my El5 and attempt to platinum every single FNAF game on console. Obviously starting with... But KSG, didn't you already do a video on FNAF? Yeah, I did. And yes, I did get all 3 stars, which means I should have the platinum trophy, right? Unlike the PC snobs, I've actually got more than just beating the knights to do, as in that original video, I missed 2 trophies, which I'll talk about later. And to make sure that the run is a genuine 100% playthrough, I'll be resetting the save file on this account, so that means there'll be no trophy notification pop up. And for the trophies I missed, they also won't pop up, as I forgot to change that setting. I know, I'm sorry. Anyways, let's not waste any more time. Let's jump in to night 1. Alright, so in night 1. Huh? Yo. Wait, he's already done? Okay, well in that case... So now that we're done with night 1, we move on to night... What? What are you calling me for? Again? He's already finished it? We literally played a 5-second intro. Well, what the f*** are the viewers gonna watch? Huh? We're live? Now? Oh, fuck. Yeah, if I'm gonna be honest, these nights are like taking candy These nights are like taking candy from a baby that has no parents.
Hey, yo!
So, to make sure that this background footage doesn't go to waste, I'll give you my own rendition on what the gameplay is for Five Nights at Freddy's for anybody that hasn't seen it before. Starring Josh Hutcherson. Anyways, you play as a security guard named Mike Schmidt, who takes up the job he sees in the newspaper for Freddy Fazbear's Pizzeria. That place, if you couldn't tell. The job is you working as a night guard from 12 AM to 6 AM, lasting 8 minutes and 55 seconds in real time. What Mike didn't know is that these guys should not be around children, as they have developed a particular taste for human meat. What? Specifically Mike's. But that's all good, because we have cameras to help us locate them if they start getting close to our office, and if they reach the blind spot on our cameras, we have lights to spot them. And then, if they get to that blind spot, we have a big chunk of metal to slam in their face. But like any corporation, of course they need to cut the budget at the expense of our safety, making the whole place run off of a single generator. And you don't want to know what happens when you run out of power. So yeah, that pretty much sums up the gameplay for it. It's not really too complicated, and after we finish night 1 and night 2, we get the trophy pop. You like that? You know, since I can't actually... yeah, I'm sorry. It's the best I got. Anyways, hopefully night 3 gives us more of a challenge. Alright, night 3 is where things get a little spicy. I forgot to put my phone on silent. Shit. With the animatronics actually realizing their job is to try and kill me. And even though they did start to make more appearances at my door or outside their man cave, it still left me no real challenge as I cruised through the... Oh shit. And you don't want to know what happens when you run out of power. Listen, Freddy. We can talk about this, right? We can be reasonable. Please.
You're the reason why I wasn't able to play Fortnite, right? You took that last spot in the squad, didn't you?
No. Okay, So maybe I wasn't paying attention to my power and I was being a little coward holding the door shut for way longer than I needed to. But it's secretly a blessing as the game rewards you with a trophy for getting jump scared. Yeah, the game rewards you for being shit, which was definitely my intention. Anyways, after that slip up gets me my third trophy, I go on to ease through my next attempt because I need to prove myself as the king of console FNAF. But it also allows me to talk about my gameplay during this night and how some people who've played Five Nights at Freddy's before may notice this isn't the usual way you play FNAF. So I'll first start out by explaining how the animatronic AI works. And if you want a more in-depth video on that, Tech Rules breaks the AI down in a much more detailed but also very simple way, so I'll leave a link in the description below. So, at the start of every night, each animatronic will be given an AI value from 0 to 20, those being the numbers that I show on the night intro screens, with Bonnie, Chica and Foxy all getting increased to their AIs at these intervals during the night. Once the night starts, each animatronic has a timer, where once it is finished, the game will generate a random number from 1 to 20, where this number will then be compared to the animatronic's AI. If the animatronic's AI is greater than or equal to the number generated, then the animatronic will move, and if not, then they just stay in the same spot. This is what's more commonly known as a movement opportunity, and well, it helps me understand how the animatronics move. Wow! And that's a really quick rundown of how the AI actually works. And you might be asking, what does that have to do with the strategy or your gameplay in Night 3? Nothing. Okay, not nothing, but it will only really make sense once again to Night 4, as we have the first little mini challenge and the first of the 2 trophies I missed in the last playthrough. So let's just jump into it. Alright! As I said at the end of the last night, I made it a point as to why I'm playing like this, and I'm using this strategy for Night 4's challenge trophy, no running, which states, keep Foxy from escaping. So how am I supposed to do that? Well, I'll tell you after this Kahoot! So yes, class, come on, join in, code on screen. Jimmy! Don't use sexual innuendos in my classroom. You're gonna use your proper name, alright? Yes, sir. Anyways, here's the question. Foxy is not able to move only if you're looking at Pirate's Cove. I see some people have been studying. Yes, I'm sure you heard this myth about Foxy, but no, it's not only looking at Pirate's Cove. And I mean, Scott himself in the game literally says all you have to do is look at the cameras and he becomes less active.
Also, check on the curtain in Pirate Cove from time to time. The character in there seems unique in that he becomes more active if the cameras remain off for long periods of time. I guess he doesn't like being watched. I don't know.
But how does this help us complete the challenge? I mean, we still got to keep him from escaping, right? And yeah, but that's exactly why I was talking about the AI in the previous night, as Foxy still uses that movement formula, but he works slightly differently. Instead of roaming around the restaurant, he instead progresses in stages. Stage 1 being when the curtains are shut, Stage 2 being when he's peeking out a little bit, Stage 3 where he's right outside looking down the hallway, getting ready to run, and then Stage 4, which is his attack phase. Once he's in that stage, he'll either immediately run to your door once you check the left hallway, or after 25 seconds have passed, he'll then jump scare you. But, as we all know, Foxy doesn't like the cameras. So, simply, by looking at the cameras, he cannot succeed any movement opportunity, and he will stay put. Like, you can literally go on the custom night, put him onto 20, look at the camera the entire time, and you'll see he has not moved a single bit. He cannot move when the cameras are on at all. And then after you switch off the cameras, he can't even move straight away after that, as he is in essentially a stun. where he cannot move for a certain amount of time between 0.83 and 17.48 seconds, where Foxy will be stunned for any amount of time between those numbers. And that's pretty much all we need to know about Foxy. And because I'm a pro, I'm able to cruise through and first try this night, getting me my 5th and 6th trophy of this run. But why are we looking at the show stage? I mean, that camera is pretty irrelevant, only on the first time you ever play this game, where you're like, oh my god, look at those guys. Then one of them moves, you're like, oh no! And then you never use that camera ever again. But there's actually a certain reason for it, but we've got to get into night 5, as Mr. Fazbear is the main focus of the next challenge trophy we have. So let's waste no time. Let's go. Quick announcement. Did you know that 102% of you aren't subscribed? Wait, what? I don't know how that's possible. But if you've made it this far and have enjoyed the video, consider hitting that subscribe button. It means the world. Anyways, back to the video. As I said in the previous night, I'm looking at the show stage, which is pretty important when we're talking about Freddy Fazbear. But why are we looking at the show stage? Well, first, we need to know what the challenge is for this night, and it's called No Laughing, which states we cannot let Freddy get to cam 4A or 4B. So, how do we do that? Well, just like Foxy, Freddy also doesn't like the cameras on him, but specifically, we have to be looking at his camera. And obviously, since he starts at the show stage, the strategy begins with us just keeping the camera on the show stage.
Sometimes my genius is... it's almost frightening.
See, Freddy has a movement timer of 3.01 seconds, so we need to be checking the cameras as frequently as possible to be able to make sure that Freddy fails every movement opportunity, as no matter what, if we are looking at his camera, he can't succeed any movement opportunity. And if we take a look at Freddy's movement, we can see that he moves in a linear path, going from the show stage, to the party room, to the bathroom, to the kitchen, and then to cams 4A and 4B. Wait, rewind. Freddy, what are you doing in the girl's bar? Anyways, that's all we need to know about Freddy. And using the strategy we conjured up in night 3, Freddy doesn't know what to do, as he's literally just stuck standing there, menacingly. And I'm able to ease my way in getting my 7th and 8th trophy for this run by completing night 5 and the challenge, and getting my final trophy on this account for the platinum. But why would I end it there? That's boring. If you guys know, even though the title says 5 Nights at Freddy's and we've done 5 Nights at Freddy's, there's more than 5 nights. And I'm kind of broke right now, so I need to do some overtime. So let's go to night 6. Of course, I was never going to leave you guys hanging, as to make this a real 100% run, I need to get 3 stars on this profile, which means we need to beat night 6 and 7. So night 6 is a huge step up from night 5, as we can look at the AI values. Yeah, everyone's at double digits except Freddy. Freddy's not that much of a threat, and with a certain strategy that I'll talk about when we're doing 420 mode, he's there, I guess. But the others, oh, they're moving. They are moving, and they are on the prowl. But a pro like me easily finishes this night on the 1st attempt. Oh no. Okay. I didn't beat it on the 1st attempt. I'm sorry, I'm a fraud. But I did do it on the very next one, being the penultimate trophy for this run. Honestly, I wish I had more to say, but other than that one failed attempt, night 6 wasn't that hard. So that leaves us with the hardest challenge this game has to offer. Let's go to 420 mode. So here we are, the final night of this playthrough, 420 mode. Now, if some people have been keeping up with the OG max mode, you might know that the tech rules video actually helped people develop this new strategy called the 4B strat. And this is to deal with Freddy, who now, at a 20 difficulty, will guaranteed be able to move every 3.01 seconds, which sounds pretty scary, right? But there's something about Freddy that I didn't mention to you, As we didn't need to worry about him getting to 4A or 4B during night 5, I didn't actually tell you how Freddy's attack phase works. You see, once he gets to 4B, that's the start of his attack phase. And as soon as you meet these two requirements, being you are not looking at his camera and your right door is open, Freddy will enter your office and patiently wait until he jump scares you. But if we keep our camera on 4B, Freddy cannot attack us, no matter what. So, the whole strategy with 420 is pretty simple. All we need to do is move the cam to 4B at the start of the night, flip the camera up until Freddy gets to 4B, and then start the cycle. Light, cam flip. That's it. And if we want to check on Foxy, all we need to do is shut the right door, check on Foxy, see how he's going, and then switch it back to 4B, and then repeat the cycle again. It sounds pretty simple, and it actually is, but of course, I can't let it end on something boring like night 6. So, cue the montage music.
Collecting rings like I'm Sonic. Bitches wanna party. Virus getting heavy, so got 'em on a diet. Yeah, flex like I'm holy. We respect the money, so rubbish. I'm a show. Ain't smoke in my lungs. Pass another blunt. Yeah, shorty wanna ride. Yeah, bitch, I'm a stunt. Hey, didn't have shit. Hell, I fucked around and spit. Now I got the whole spinning. Bitches all about my dick. Pass on your bitch like I'm Sonic. Pass on your bitch like I'm Sonic. Pass on your bitch like I'm Sonic. Pass on your bitch like I'm Sonic.
So there we have it. I do apologize for anybody's ears that are damaged after that beautiful nostalgia trip down internet history. For these videos, I do want to put the games on a tier list in terms of how easy, hard, and how enjoyable it was. And for this game, I'm going to put it at a D tier, only because the nights being pretty much 9 minutes long and the gameplay not being super exhilarating once you understand it, it does make it really boring. But a boring game with an easy platinum is much better than a boring game with a hard platinum. So it avoids E and F tier to stay into D tier, but I can't really justify any higher. And yeah, obviously the next game will be FNAF 2, but I might do a challenge for this game. So let me know down in the comments whether you want to see the challenge for this game first or FNAF 2 first. And yeah, if you guys stuck around for the entire video, thank you. And if you enjoyed it, leave a like, maybe even subscribe. I'm not your mum though, so you can do whatever you want. But thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.